This is your official Leguizamo Rama spoiler warning. If you have not seen episode 8 of Smoke, the Apple TV show, and you don't want it spoiled, do not listen because we will be spoiling it because the end of that episode, wow. Enjoy the app.
Peace. I hate the word.
Go on, mate.
I thought I'd put my hat on. Hi everyone. I thought I'd put my hat on over my headphones. I thought that would be a funny look, but I got over it.
You wacky boy.
I'm wacky, and that's what we've come out of the music with. But I will say, welcome everybody to Smoker Mocha Rama, the very special sub-brand of Leguizamo Rama, in which we're watching every episode of the Apple TV series Smoke, starring our favourite actor John Leguizamo.
Our favourite character, John.
Our favourite character, what's the character's name? John.
John.
Is the character
No,
John?
I don't remember.
John Leguizamo. My name is Zachary Thomas Ruane. I unfortunately think smoking is really cool. I'm joined by Mish and Zach, who
Unfortunately, thinks smoking is pretty fucking cool too.
it's such a shame because it tastes like ass.
Oh.
It makes you feel like
You
ass.
smell like
You
shit.
smell like shit.
But there is something about...
It just looks so cool.
No, do you know what's cool is the flick.
Ah,
I never mastered the flick, not that I smoke. But the flick.
yeah, the flick.
That's the... No, not even the flick in the ash. It's the flicking the ciggy butt away.
Yeah, I get
Going,
that.
and having it like... That's cool.
I'll show you. There's a movie called something about Memphis, Jim Jarmusch, about two Japanese teenagers sharing a cigarette, and it is the sexiest, most beautiful
Well, that's the whole...
thing.
That's the Great Gatsby, isn't it?
I will show you.
The
I
most
will show-
intimate thing a person can do is share a cigarette.
Oh my god! And it tastes like ass.
tastes
and
like
you forget
shit.
that you're watching the movie and it's like, oh, this is so sexy.
I have I think we can say this because 1,000 years ago. Cut it if you don't want it in there. But I'm sure we've shared this memory before. But we were at a music festival together. It's like one of my favorite memories of you and me. We were at do you remember this at all?
No, maybe.
We were at a music festival. We were sitting on a hill, and you and I shared a cigarette together. And I think we must have been drunk or something like that. But we sat on this hill together at this music festival and shared a cigarette. And I probably thought we looked really cool. But now if I saw us doing that, I'd be like, oh, go home.
Go home, you
Go
losers.
home. Stop it.
So if you're watching this, don't smoke.
Yuck.
Smoking is not cool. It's not though. It's bad. No, it's bad. Don't smoke.
Don't smoke. It will actually, honestly, it's really bad for you. It doesn't look good. And like it makes
No,
you
it looks good.
it makes you stink.
It looks cool, but it makes you stink and it gives you bad reflux
don't
in your
smoke.
30s. But it looks fucking...
All right. Anyway, here is our little blurby.
Blurb.
Blurb. Blurb.
Blurb.
Blurb.
And before the blurb,
Yeah.
I think I did explain it. I said on Tuesday that I would explain it. Smoker Mogarama, but I explained it in the intro. Blurb.
Blurb. We watched episode 8 of Smoke as part of this insane Smoker Mokarama period of our lives. In this episode, Taron Edgerton, but when I wrote Taron, it auto-corrected to Tarpon.
Tarp on. We gotta get that tarp on before it rains. You don't want the firewood.
Well,
getting
that's
wet.
his name now.
The firewood might get wet.
Yeah, you gotta get the tarp on.
You know, that's gonna
Gotta secure it really good, but you gotta get that tarp
The
on.
firewood's gonna take weeks to dry out if you don't get that tarp
We're
on.
in for a cold winter if we don't get that tarp on. All right. In this
It's all right for the
episode,
kindling, but that redwood, get that tarp on.
get that tarp on. In this episode, Tarpon Edgerton. In this episode, Tarpon Edgerton has dinner with Journey Smollett, and it's quite like rife with sexual innuendo, which really confused me.
Okay.
They get a lead that someone witnessed the big fire, and that witness looks like Molly Shannon, and she saw Tarpon throw something out of his car while she was taking a shit. Journey Smollett then kills that old guy that she used to have sex with, and then she lights him on fire. This would have been seriously full on if I was invested in any of these characters at all.
Oh, Mish. It is.
I enjoyed watching this episode, but no, my investment's very low because I didn't watch the first
something
4.
about when you're obliged to watch a show like this. This is the sort of show you watch. You just watch. So to be obliged to watch it for something like this adds a certain something.
Well, I don't know if I just missed it in the past episodes, but it did feel like every single male-female scene, it was like sexual.
Yeah.
Like is John Leguizamo going to fuck my girl? Anna Chomsky?
I think he's trying to, but I don't think Anna Chomsky.
Because there was like lots of little sexies.
But I think she was like, get off it.
Do you reckon?
I don't think
no,
she
because
was
then
like,
she was all like, here, have a badge for the night.
Yeah. Wow, John Leguizamo fucking Anna Chomsky.
Yeah, what a world.
What a world.
But also it happened again when Tarpon Egerton and Journey Smollett were having dinner.
Now, that's not my read of that scene at all. That's fascinating that you read it that way.
She literally said to him, are you trying to fuck me?
When?
At the top. Didn't she?
No, she said that at the office. At the office, he was like, why are you being weird? And she was like, because I read your book and you tried to fuck me.
Yeah, that.
But they weren't eating dinner. That was in the office. And then the dinner scene was more like a cat and mouse moment of like, I know you did it and you know I did it. And ooh, tension. It wasn't. I mean, maybe there was fucking. I just didn't see.
I don't think they're going to fuck, but it was like this sexual kind of thing.
That's so interesting that you read it that way. And if you'd like to have that conversation, we can.
No, what I would like to have a conversation about is how full on it would be if fire was your kink. Because there is a scene in this where he's having sex with a woman and then he lights her stomach on fire as part of a sex thing. That is so full on. I am not kink shaming, but that would be petrifying. Imagine if you were like, the thing that gets me off is lighting myself on fire. It's like, that's wild. That's wild. Go for gold, if whatever, but like, that's wild. You could kill yourself.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah, I think so too.
That was a very full-on scene, I'm sorry, where he lit that beautiful woman's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that in the previously on?
Yeah, no, it was like a flashback.
Yeah. No, I think it's hectic, hey, if that was your kink. I think kinks are such an interesting thing because I think monogamy and kinks are two. Imagine if your kink was lighting people on fire and you were monogamous with someone and like if you're listening and your partner's trying to light you on fire, you can just say no.
Well, it's like imagine of course you can say no.
Just don't even try to work that.
I became really obsessed with, I don't know if I talked about this on the pod, it would have been 100 years ago.
Yeah.
But probably about 5 years ago, I became obsessed with, for like a few days, it was during COVID, these real vampires.
Yes, yeah.
Have I spoken about this?
Yeah, there was like a weeks long thing.
Oh, yeah, because back in the day I was obsessed.
Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, like they're not hurting anyone. Go for it. Do what you want to do. How lovely that they found each other.
Well, I think, with the internet and stuff.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. It's like if you like to be lit on fire, there is someone out there who would like to light you on fire.
There are places you can find those people.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But I always think that. I'm always like, well, how lovely is it that this person who feels like they can't go out in the sun and they like the taste of blood makes them a vampire, and they found someone who's like, yeah, same. That's lovely.
That's good for them,
That's really lovely. I just think that that's like so nice.
Yeah, I think so too. Good for them. But if you've got a partner that wants to suck your blood and you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Well, that's,
you say to them,
of course.
You go, look, honestly, my limit is, costumes. And I don't want you to suck my blood. And
I can use fake blood.
But if you need to suck people's blood, this is can we make this work? If not, you can walk away from that because you don't have to let your partner suck your blood, is what I'm saying, or light you on fire, which I think is pretty self-evident.
Yeah, no, I think so too.
I'm just saying that. What did they think of the show? She had a burger. She fucking punched a guy in the throat and that was full on.
Yeah, she killed him from punching him in the throat.
it's so I haven't watched like a streamer like drama for ages. Like I feel like that was all the rage. I think the last one I watched was Squid Games, and I feel like that's not quite in the genre. And then I guess we watched season 2 of Bloodline. That hardly counts. Like I feel like I haven't watched a streaming drama since what's the one? The House of Cards almost.
Oh yeah.
I'm not talking about limited series. I'm not talking about like obviously I watched Baby Reindeer and stuff. I'm talking about like a
proper
like this kind of genre, like this like evolution of the HBO drama, but very specifically a streaming drama. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
No, you're good. I feel like this show, obviously, it's got an Apple TV budget.
Oh yeah,
and it's beautifully shot.
Yeah,
and it's like the team behind this are putting their whole puss in, right? Mm-hmm. But there is a vibe. There is a vibe of this show that is very free-to-air television in the mid-noughties.
Well, I have no comment there because who knows who's involved in it.
That's not a criticism. That's just I loved Prison Break.
Yes.
We've talked about this. 24's great. Like I love that shit.
The moving, but what's interesting is
nothing I said then was not like was bad. I'm saying
no, you're right about free to air. I agree with you. What's interesting is the how serialized it is. Because I think Prison Break was this serialized, but it came out weekly. Whereas this feels like very like you could not. I feel like even though Prison Break, I never watched an episode of Prison Break. Prison Break. Season 4. He's baking a cake.
But can he make cuppy cakes?
Hey, I got myself put into here so I could make you a cake.
Yeah.
Cunt. You didn't have to do that.
You're either getting 2 bullets in your head or 3 layers in this sponge. Which one do you want?
So it's like a combat. It's like Oz meets the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, this sponge is so much lighter than I thought. And now I'm going to shank you.
I asked for madeleines and you've given me pikelets. And that's 4 months in the hole for you.
I got a question. Can you make a delicious quiche with one egg, 14 ramens, and a packet of cigarettes?
And the prize, like if you win Prison Break, you're released.
Now, this is a shame because you killed 4 people. You killed a whole family.
Of people.
You killed a whole family that one fateful night. However, you're amuse-bouche.
However, this profiterole is light, fluffy, and sweet. So get out of here.
It's like, Steve, whilst you're like, they do take into account the crimes. I was like, Steve, whilst your final sponge didn't quite rise to the occasion, the fact that all of your crimes are only minor misdemeanors does put you in good standing. Jeffrey, you killed a whole family to cover up your robbery, but this profiterole is sweet and tangy. Jeffrey, it's not your night. I'm sorry. The crime was too great.
Congratulations. Congratulations,
Steve.
I'd watch Prison Break.
Yeah, Prison Break. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Let's make Prison Break happen. It sounds very Swedish. You know, in Sweden, we don't... This
sounds...
in Sweden, it's so interesting. You have... I see your maximum security prisons. They're so scary, so full on. In Sweden, our maximum security prisons are a reality baking show.
It's Pie Week this week at the prison, but unfortunately, there's a riot. So how will Jeff be able to combine his Guinness and his beef in time?
It's like a BBC report. It's like, this appears to you. Looking at this, you probably think this is some sort of Swedish baking show. But what if I were to tell you, you probably think this is some Swedish baking show, but what if I were to tell you this is maximum security prison? We believe in reforming people here.
But also entertainment.
So, you can ride your bike to the shops. People have a degree of freedom. Also, once a week, they get together in a big tent.
And make scrolls.
When I see the way they treat prisoners in America, in the UK, I think, why don't you put them in a big tent and ask them to make scrolls for comedians?
How good is Great British Bake Off, though?
I've never watched an episode, but I know I would love it. I know I would love it.
Oh, my God. I reckon you would fucking love it. Sue Perkins, who was one of the original hosts, is like one of my favourite people.
What do you think of this hat?
Yeah, you look fucking sick.
So I'm wearing my hat over my headphones to the listener. It's crazy.
What else do you have to say about Smoke?
I think John Leguizamo is a really good actor.
Yeah.
There's a bit when he's trying to break into the car where he just makes it feel very very fresh. I think that the twist of like her punching a guy in the throat,
killing
and dying,
him. Yeah. But also he was like, help me at a pen or something.
Yeah, he was like, stab me in the throat.
So I can breathe. And she just watched. It was very intense.
Was a real like, this is sort of what I was getting at is I forget, like, because I only watch episodic things like Succession, tend to only watch episodic things like Succession or movies or old TV like Star Trek. I haven't watched something in a while or mini-series like
I can take,
I haven't watched something in a while that feels like one story like a movie, but then just has these twists and turns to fill out the 10 hours where my reaction was, and this is all like, no, but my reaction was like, what?
Yeah. Well, that's how I felt about it. Like, what's going on? Yeah.
What? And like when he went mean, I was like, this is very interesting that he's being mean. This is an interesting, and then she punches him in the throat. I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, very full on.
What a twist.
Well, I've also, at the end of every single episode, there's a big fire.
Well.
That's the show.
Where there's smoke, Mish.
There's fire. But it turns out that she's now a killer. So that's really like, that really fucks with the vibe.
What a fascinating final episode of Smoke this will be. I know Tom's been watching along. Tom will be joining us next week to give his thoughts on Smoke. Mish, how many leg was star? Oh no, we've only been talking for 17.
There's something very quickly we can talk about. I didn't recognise that Tarpon Edgerton had a partner. That's also completely skipped me.
What? This is the real reversal because I'm famously to our dozen listeners, I'm usually the one that's watching in double speed or half watching or
moving house.
Yeah, because this is usually I'm the one going, what was that character? And you're the one going, that was. But yeah.
She's hot.
Which one?
His girlfriend.
Is it the one he was fucking?
Yeah.
That's his ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
So that's his ex-wife, and she's the only one that was as crazy as
I think what I've done is I put all of my energy into understanding Journey and John and none into Taron Egerton's character, who is turning out to be very important.
Well, he's the main guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's
I've
lighting
only
all
just
the
kind
fires.
of got the fact that he's acting good, but he's the arsonist.
Yes, that's kind of what the show's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his show.
But everyone knows he did it. No one thinks he didn't do it.
Yep, pretty much from when we were
Oh,
watching.
okay. I have a prediction. What if there's a big twist and
Let's
he didn't?
Let's do predictions. All right.
Well, firstly, John didn't die. We said that John would die in this episode.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to predict what we think is going to happen in the last episode. And not only that, we're going to put money on the line. Mish, how much are you willing to put on the line?
I have no money.
In the dollar.
$5. A coffee. A coffee at our next record.
A coffee at our next record. A coffee at our next record to whoever gets the closest guess.
Okay.
for the next episode of Smoke, the final episode of Smoke, I hope. I mean, I think...
No, that's 9, so there'll be 10.
I don't think there's a 10. I think it's
God,
9
there's only
episodes, yeah.
Yum.
So we've got our final episode coming up next week, I think. And we are going to guess what we think will happen. Go.
I think John Leguizamo's going to die.
Okay.
I'm standing by that. I think he will die.
Yeah.
I think Taryn will expose Journey. I don't know their characters' names.
Yeah,
but
no,
Tarpon will expose Journey Smollett. I think Anna Chomsky... Oh, how can she fuck... She can't fuck John and him die in one episode. That's a full-on episode for John. No, they're not going to fuck. That's my guess at this point.
So my guess is similar to yours, so maybe they're too close, but we'll just see whoever's closer, we can talk about it. My guess is I think the twist will be that because they were watching Taron Egerton, I believe, now I might be wrong, it could go one of two ways, right? It could be like she carries that guilt, right? But I don't think it is. I think because they were watching Taron Egerton, I think not only that crime, but all of the crimes will get pinned on Journey Smollett. Wasn't she there with her mother? Yeah, yeah. I think it'll be all of them. Is that what you were thinking as well?
Yeah, that he's going to...
And then she will go to jail, and then he will get away with it, and then there'll be... I don't think John Leguizamo will die. I think they are like, this is one season. And I think they got given money as one season. But I think there will be enough in this final episode. I don't think they're going to go hard on there not being a second season. I think that this season, I think it will end, but I think there will be a sense of, wow, Journey Smollett has been arrested and Tarpon goes and lives another day, and who knows what he'll get up to from now on. And I think it will have a bit of a sense of we wanted to leave it open-ended for art, but also if we get a season 2. That's my prediction. But because you predicted Journey Smollett,
I reckon the only reason I think that John will die is because it's in keeping with his career. And I think as we start to wrap up Leguizamo Rama with only at this point about 2 months to go, I just think it would be very in keeping.
So here's the bet, Mish. Whoever wins out of John Leguizamo dying or not buys a coffee for the other
I think
one.
I'll be buying you a coffee, but I'm predicting it, yeah.
The other story point, you think I'll let you pick whether you want to stick to Journey Smollett, and I'll change mine, and that's buying a coffee for Tom. So do you think Journey Smollett's going to be pinned with the crime?
Yes.
I think it will go to him, but she'll carry the weight. She'll carry the guilt.
I don't agree.
I don't think that is what's going to happen.
But just to keep the bet interesting.
But to keep it interesting.
Because you're a gambling man.
I'm going to go with I believe that I think you're right. I think because I guess the same thing. But I think she will carry the guilt and he'll go to prison for a crime he did not commit. And there's an irony in that. And, blah, blah, blah.
How many Leguizamos do you give this episode?
3.
I'm going to go 3.5.
Sick.
That's fucking mint.
See you next week for the last episode, I guess.
For more Smoker Mocha Rama.
The Mish and Zach Podcast is recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We believe that our collective culture will never reach its full potential until we embrace the history and the truth of the oldest cultures of this land.